The I.S.U.P.K presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K, under Commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground. Now this ain't no movement, this a takedown. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas ain't polite. Soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom when the hour pass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. Just sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told him, then let all the terrorists loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made merchandise out of my bills. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas start to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, take round, take round. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga, cool yo. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence.
Yeah. U.P.K shit, man, One West. Hey. I'm a U.P.K nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans, it's going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, U.P.K shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ay, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Tazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects, it go pew pew pew. I ain't trippin' on no drink, got bottles in a room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us and we ain't them. I told him put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ay, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ay, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah. U.P.K shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man, turn up. We gon' do this shit the U.P.K way, not the other way. You hear me? Yeah.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a
slim, it won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms, watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5, I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell, praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yahanna's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go.
I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown Class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year, from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to ISUPK.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself.
Ice raids crazy. Ice raids crazy. You've seen them ice raids lately. Ice raids crazy. They kidnap men and the ladies. Ice raids crazy. And separate them from they babies. Ice raids crazy.
Ice raids crazy, tearing up dreams in the night, kicking down doors, flashing light, causing fright. Mama in the kitchen, baby crying in her arms. Agents storm in, yeah, they sounding their alarm. Who the real criminal when they snatching up the meek? Chains on the innocent, silence on the weak. They call it law, but I call it co-abduction. Ripping souls apart, yeah, that's government corruption. Land of the free, man, that's a contradiction. Cause freedom got conditions in this twisted jurisdiction. White man came, took the land, drew borderlines. Now they calling Mexicans illegal, that's another crime. Ice raids crazy, kidnapping in broad daylight. Separating families, that's wrong, it ain't right. Tears on the pavement, kids with no translation. America preach love, but they practice damnation. False news paint black and brown faces as a threat. But we the hardest workers, bleed sweat, living in debt. Building skyscrapers, mowing lawns and serving plates. The same ones they hate keep America great. It's hypocrisy with badges, patriot disguise. Call it national security, but it's genocide. Stolen land, stolen lives, stolen pride. The truth don't hide, it bleeds from the inside.
Ice raids crazy. Ice raids crazy. You've seen them ice raids lately. Ice raids crazy. They kidnap men and the ladies. Ice raids crazy. And separate them from they babies. Ice raids crazy.
Ice raids crazy, propaganda so sick. Fox News talking lies, playing politics. They say protect the border, but they guarding the ghost. From Tijuana to Texas, it's stolen land coast to coast. You can't deport the people from their native land when your racist flag flew in with a bloody hand. Cages and babies, what kind of nation is that? The cries echo loud, but they turning their backs. If the law is unjust, then justice ain't lawful. A badge on your chest don't make you God fool. They label them illegal, man, that word is obscene. Remember the first these were wigs and they called it the American dream. Ice raids crazy, it's a modern day lynch. History repeats, America don't flinch. Ripping roots from the ground, they call it immigration. It's really reincarnation of colonization. They say we all human, same blood, same beat, but they judge by the border and the color of your feet. No heart, no mercy, no ounce of grace. Just politics and fear in a racist face. From Rio Grande to the California coast, they hunting my people, good people, ghost of the ghost. Black and brown unity, we all grew up. If you don't like it, take your dog ass back to Europe.
Ice raids crazy. Ice raids crazy. You've seen them ice raids lately. Ice raids crazy. They kidnap men and the ladies. Ice raids crazy. And separate them from they babies. Ice raids crazy. Ice raids crazy. Ice raids crazy. You've seen them ice raids lately. Ice raids crazy. They kidnap men
Let me know when we're good. All right, let's clap it up. Yeah, but some shout out to some. Yeah, some shout out to the brothers and the sisters. You all know this I.S.U.P.K, Washington, D.C. Scripture Breakdown. Captain Mashak, I.S.U.P.K, under Command and General Yahanna since 1969. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible. And the blacks, Latinos, and native or first people are the real Jews with the 12 tribes of Israel. The white man is the devil. Christ is a black man according to the Bible, and he's coming back to rule the earth. What's up? Something wrong? Something off?
No, it's showing that they
Just mute the microphone if it's feedback. All right. Trinidad, you'll just unmute when you're all ready to talk. All right. Just make sure your mic is selected. You can go ahead and mute it so we don't get the feedback. Whenever you're all ready to talk, it's already muted, Akim. He muted it from the side. All right. Good to go. So tonight we're gonna go into. I know it might be a little bit strange for brothers and sisters in America, the tribe of Judah, the so-called Black American, for the topic tonight. That's just one of the topics. You know, it's Black History Month. Black History Month extends to all 12 tribes. Black History Month is not exclusive, but it's inclusive to all 12 tribes. And tonight there was an incident happened yesterday in what you all call the S word that I call football. I'll not say that, right? The S word, right? There was an incident where a brother from Brazil was racially abused by a devil from Argentina. Until further notice, he's a devil. All right, and we're going to go into it of this learned racist culture that comes from Argentina. And I'm sure most people have asked themselves the question before, but tonight we're going to get some answers for it. All right, so we're going to go into Argentina. Who are the Argentinians? And why it's every time their football team plays, every time it's always ends up in a racist, incident. And the players are always known to be just ridiculously racist. And we're going to find out why. And it's important to know because the native people of Argentina are brothers and sisters. The indigenous people of Argentina, Peru, Chile, Bolivia, who else is down there? I think that's it, right? Argentina, Chile, right on top of them is Bolivia, Peru. I feel like I'm leaving somebody else down there. And of course, the border Brazil. Go ahead.
I think it's Uruguay.
Tawarak. Uruguay is also down there as well. Right? The native people of those lands, the native and first people, they are all brothers and sisters. And of course, a lot of the slave trades, a bulk of the slave trade went to South America and the Caribbean as well. So we're going to definitely go into it tonight, along with other things. I know we have Valentine's Day was Saturday, right after Friday the 13th, Black Friday. Don't nobody talk about Black Friday no more. I think that went out with Freddy Krueger, not Freddy Krueger, with Jason Voorhees. You all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Good. Because for a time, they had our whole generation in a chokehold with that damn hockey mascot. You know what I mean? Friday the 13th, it was, Unlucky Friday, Black Friday. But now you don't hear about it so much. So we're going to touch a little bit on Valentine's Day. And, of course, the whole carnival season. I think today's Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday, where you go and get your ashes on your head for all the sin you did yesterday and Monday and this morning. Hell. So that's the season we're in, all right? If there's any questions, please let me know. All right? Go ahead, I.S.U.P.K. Shapat, you could clip this off here for me, all right? Please.
Lucky, sir.
Yeah.
Just a quick question about the Passover.
That's good.
I was looking online. Is there like a link to pay, or do you pay under tithes and donations?
No, there is a link. You go to High Holy Days. When you go to the website, you go to High Holy Days, and you'll see it there. And the brother gonna show it to you all right now. You go to ISUPK.com. Do the screen share here. Yeah. All right. Let's get a quick tutorial on how you pay for it. Right, so this is ISUPK.com. When you go to the home page, you see the yellow button is the tithes. That's where you'll pay your tithes and donations. But right there on that top tab where it says home, you see home, about us, High Holy Days. You click right there and you scroll down. It still says from Georgia, but you see where it says pay your Passover fee here?
Yes.
Click right there. And then it should pull up your fill it out. You feel this? You see it says Texas. Go up a little bit more. So slowly. Put that in the center of the screen. That's where everybody's attention would be. That's where everybody's attention would be. A little more. Right there's good. Register today, 57 Passover, April 4th. You start filling that whole thing out. You know, your PayPal as a guest. You can use your PayPal account, and it's going to email you a receipt. And in the receipt in your email, if you don't complete it right here, you could click the link and complete the payment. Right? It's going to email you like a reservation, and you have to complete the payment, or it might let you do the whole thing right there. But you're going to get a receipt that says paid and all that. All right? No sweater. So water, two book water. And did that show?
No, it didn't.
Come on, Bukwash, man. What are you doing?
When I clicked on it, it clicked on another page.
God damn. So I don't repeat this whole thing again? Come on. All right. So this is the tab after you click on High Holy Days. Just go back and make sure the showing up. God damn. What are you doing? Scroll down. No, brother. Go back. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Stop right there. Go to this other screen. All right. So that's what you would see. For everybody who didn't see it, that's what you would see. And you'll just go through and pay that right there. Fill it out, and it'll set you up real good and proper. All right. So we good to go there. All right. Any questions? Let's rock with it tonight. And of course, we're gonna go into who is the tribe of Naphtali. All right. Any questions, or are we good to go?
No question. Yeah, answer. This question from the one y'all says, can I get a breakdown on 2 Corinthians 12:2? What's the third heaven?
Damn. I wonder if I remember that shit. It's quite possible I may have a pass on this one. What's it again?
2 Corinthians 12:2.
Okay. Okay. All right, read from verse 1. Anybody who could read, all right? Read it from verse 1. Second video. Y'all taking your sweet time, boy. How much men we have in here? Somebody start reading.
Chapter 12, verse 2.
Start at 1.
Verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is not expedient for
expedient.
me. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I will come to visions and revelations of the Lord.
Go ahead.
I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell. God knoweth. Such a one caught up to the third heaven.
Now, the first verse there, he's saying, it is not expedient of me, doubtless, to glory, meaning it's not, he's saying for him, he's not the person to glory a lot and say a lot what's going on, right? He said, I will come to visions and revelations of the Lord. You'll come to see exactly that, visions and revelations of the Lord. And the Lord here is talking about Yahushua, right? And in the second verse, he's talking about a brother that he knew in the work of the Lord, right? He said, I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago, meaning more than 14 years ago. All right. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 3, and I knew such a man, whether in the body or not of the body, I cannot tell, God knoweth, how that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words. You
know what? I'm gonna have to get a refresher on this. The body part confusing me. The way he was in the body and out of the body. Kind of want to say this might be a encounter with an angel. Don't quote me on this. No one. I'm gonna have to get back to you with this one. All right. I'm gonna definitely have to get back to you with this one. Let me write it down too. 2 Corinthians 12:2. All right.
It's like the third heaven.
The third heaven part is what he wants, right? He caught up in the third heaven. Hold on. Okay, the third heaven. That it's definitely escaping me right now. 12 and 2. Right. I had notes for other parts of it. This part is just escaping me, that first part. I want to say the body is within the work. I totally forgot this breakdown here. So let me check on it for you. All right, no one. All right. Anything else? You said the third heaven, right? I'm gonna just get a whole breakdown on this. All the way down. All right, let's go. Anything else? All right, cool. Valentine's Day. Let's get a little history on Valentine's Day. Anybody knows it? Anybody familiar with it? If you're familiar with it, then here I could skip it. But if not, let me know. All right, go ahead up. If you know it, you know it. Oh, you need a refresher?
Yeah, I need a refresher.
No
from
sweat.
That Romulus thing and those
No
two.
sweat. Let's get it.
Oh, Carson.
All right. What about Issachar? You know you got the breakdown on Valentine's Day before? No sweat, ain't no sweat. Bakwash? You need a refresher on it? I'll take that. Anybody online need a refresher? You all safe, you all do. Trinidad, I'll take that. All right. So let's go real quick. Come on.
Whole time.
Well, that's more Easter. The one with the ton of breast, that's Easter. That's the goddess Ishtar, right? That's the goddess Ishtar. This one's a little bit different. It does involve some titties though. It does involve some titties, just not as much as that bitch got, but it do got some titties up in there. All right. So let's get real quick. Give me the she-wolf of Rome. Let me get the coat of arms of Rome. Let me get the definition of romantic. And somebody look up Lupercilia. Lupercilia. All right. Lupercilia. What else do I want? Is Persinius Niger or Silvius Septimius? Which one is Silvius Septimius? I think I want that one too. All right. Quickly, who got it?
I have Lupercilia, sir.
Right. Okay. This is I could take that one. You know what? Just tap and zoom in. Double tap the screen. Yeah. Okay. No sir.
It does do sometimes. It'll go to a page and it might be small.
I'll show you how to do it in the future. All right. There's a way to do it right there. That coat of arms you pulled up there is for a football team called Roma, right? AS Roma, but they're based in Rome. Okay, I might need for people who don't know it, they mightn't see. You see the image on top? That's a wolf, right? That's a wolf. Yeah, there you go. Right, that's good. That's a wolf, and it's two babies under it. Right, let me see how it look on the regular screen. Right, there's two babies under it, and they're suckling on the wolf's breast, on the teats of the wolf. So this is the history of Rome in Italy, right? Rome, it's called Rome because it comes from these two brothers who were orphans. They were orphans and raised by a she-wolf. Now, all this is mythology. None of the shit is true, but these heathens believe it, like they believe in Zeus, like they believe in Hotep and Ra. They believe in this shit. So this is their history for Rome. It's called Rome because these twin boys, their names was Remus and Romulus. And they both had to fight till the end, just like any devil, always fighting their brother. Always, they can't get along. They would fight for everything, and they fought. Romulus killed Remus, according to their mythology, and that's how that city is called Rome, because it's named after Romulus, right? That's where you get the whole the word romantic. Give me romantic. The definition of romantic. Come on.
Romantic. Conductive.
Conducive.
Slap.
It's conducive or conductive?
Conducive. Slap.
Go ahead.
Conducive to or characterized by the expression of love.
Right? Conducive to or characterized by the expression of love, right? It means it's relatable to an expression of love, romantic. Go ahead. Anything else?
Of characterized by or suggestive of an idealized view of reality.
Okay, anything else?
Noun, a person with romantic beliefs or attitudes.
Right? That person is a romantic, like a schizophrenic. A romantic is a person who has those type of beliefs or views of romance, right? The word romantic comes from Rome. Is there anything else that alluding to that?
Nah.
Or the original the word? Right? Romanticism, it comes from Rome. It comes from Rome because in the European culture, yeah, that's more. You see how this is a statue? This is in their country. This is what they attribute the beginning of Rome to. You see, and the babies is not clothed, which is European culture, always. This is what they attribute the beginning of their city to, right? And just like them two boys had to compete and there was only one winner, the European idea of expressing love or being romantic always boils down to two men competing for one woman. That's romantic. That's romance. You have to bring her a flower. You have to bring her a bouquet of flowers. You have to bring her a bigger bouquet of flowers. And she's so flustered. Oh, which one should I choose? Woe is me. And she fainting because she's so goddamn confused. If you in the truth, brother, just walk away. If she confused between you and the next nigga, tell her choose the next nigga. I'm just letting you know out of love. Choose, sis, go ahead. You're not sure? No problem. Just go ahead with him. He's much better than I am. If you're confused about who to choose, you get the point? Don't fall into the nonsense of competing for her love. She doesn't know what she wants to eat for lunch. She has no idea. At an intersection, she's not sure if to go. Stay, go. By 10 seconds past, the whole front end in the middle of the damn intersection. She getting ready to get in an accident. She's not capable of choosing like that. She's not capable. If you enter into a contest like that, you are going to be a fool, participant. Affection, it's called romance. It's he's so romantic. That's not our culture. Our culture is not competing with a brother for a woman. Our culture is going to her father or her father figure and inquiring about her. You get the point? That's our culture. Now, of course, just as in everything, there is natural competition. There is something that's inherent in life where there's going to be more than one person interested in this girl. But the competition that exists with Esau in his society, that competition comes with undercutting and undermining and mudslinging. You get the point? It comes with why are you interested in him? He XYZ. You get the point? It comes with no brotherhood. It comes with that part. In here, it's a totally different, spirit, a totally different thing. So that's the base of it. The base of it is two men or two males competing for the attention, affection, resources of initially the mother and the teats. Later in life, everything. You get the point? That's why with Esau, everything is a pissing competition. Hazing is part of their ritual because hazing compounds in your mind that this person is better than you. You get the point? The whole hazing ritual that they have in fraternities and in their sports, sports associations and organizations, it's to compound in your mind that you are the lesser and I'm the better. That's the whole hazing ritual. And it goes with this because a lot of the hazing takes part in the presence of women. There's some hazing that's private, but a lot of that hazing is in the presence of women because it's a competition thing. Even with them fraternities, you know, they have to do their march out and they're walking out. That's also hazing. Because when he get up in your face and yelling and telling you to do this and do that, who are the women looking at as the powerful one? The one who yelling, the one who barking the instructions. You get the point? The whole purpose of it is to belittle one. It's Remus and Romulus in the spirit, right? And that's the base of where we're going with Valentine's Day. What's next? Lupercalia. Come on, you have it.
Lupercalia or Lupercalia, also known as Lupercal, was a pastoral festival of ancient Rome, observed annually.
Of ancient what?
Ancient Rome.
Ancient Rome. We back here with Remus and Romulus again. Go ahead.
Observed annually on February 15th to purify the city, promoting health and fertility.
Right. It was a festival observed on February 15th to purify the city, to promote health and fertility. Another one of them fertility rituals that came before Easter. It precursors Easter in terms of the chronological order, because this is the beginning of the Easter period, or this is Lent. We're in now. This is the first day of Lent according to the Catholic Church. And they're going to fast for 40 days from, I guess, fish or meat or some shit. And then it comes Easter, which is another fertility holiday. But this Lupercalia is from Rome. And it's a fertility thing and a purification thing. Why you need to purify? We're going to read some more. Go ahead.
Lupercalia was also known as Dies for Februatus, after the purification instruments called Februa.
Februa, I think, is the name of the god for February. That's who February is named after. I think the she, that's the name of the she-wolf too? Or is Lupa is the name of the she-wolf? You can check it out and see. Go ahead.
The basis for the month name February.
That's where you get the name of the month from, February, from the goddess Februa. Go ahead.
That's all, sir.
That's all, right? So now you might need to look up some more on it. The festival, the festival of Lupercalia or Lupercalia, or the festival of Februa, it involved the color red. It involved women walking around whipping themselves with the red, or their love or their pursuers would have to whip them with blood-soaked red pieces of cloth, or not like a whip, but you come in and you like a towel, you soak it in the now they do it with just red, but before they would soak it in blood, and you have to beat the broad with the soaked towel or the soaked piece of cloth, and the one who you chasing and whipping her, that's the one who you like. The woman want to get beat with it because it means they'll be very fertile. You have to think of the time of this is not like today where, not being fertile is considered a blessing in this era. But before, a woman wanted to be able to have kids because that's it'll keep the man with the whole thing with the heir and passing it down to the children. So she wants to be fertile and blessed to be fertile, also with crops and all that type of stuff. Go ahead.
I found a bit more, sir.
Come on.
It says priests ran naked or scantily clad, striking women with goat hide thongs to promote fertility. Alongside
with pieces of, when they say goat hide thongs, meaning after they kill the goat, they take the skin and they strip it in like little strips. Like a thong is a strip between a woman's ass, is a strip. And they're running behind them naked or with little on. And the woman is running. What is going to do? Because I pause for a second. And the woman is running, and you had to run behind them, and we had to whip them. They're running, but they want to get caught at the same time. It's a whole, Epstein Island type shit, right? Go ahead.
Alongside feast and general merrymaking, culminating in
alongside feast and general merrymaking, meaning there was like a huge party with food and liquor and just euphorism. They're in a whole euphoric state, and it's a ton of sex. There's a ton of lust in the atmosphere. That's what it's promoting, and it's a fertility thing for them. This is a ritual that they would do. Go ahead.
Culminating in a chaotic race around the Palatine Hill.
So they're running and the woman running and everybody just get flooded with red. And it's, fertility. And how would the woman know if the goddess Februa or the god Februa blessed them with fertility? How would they know? Come on, Shapat.
We covered all over with the blood. We had more blood than the next woman.
Well, that's in the festival. But okay, how if me and you work in a slavery that it's not a 9-to-5 slavery, it's a slavery like we selling burgers. How would I know I'm more successful than you, or you know you're more successful than me?
You actually sold more burgers.
Or made more money.
Come.
So how would these women know if they're more fertile?
Because they got pregnant.
They got pregnant, which means this is the precursor to a lot of sex happening. You get the point? This is the precursor to it. It's lost in the atmosphere for sex that would mean Februa bless me. You get the point? Having the blood on you is part of the ritual. And their logic is the more she's covered in red means she's more fertile, so I'll get with her. But that ain't necessarily true. But that's where the whole red comes from. The whole red with Valentine's Day, it comes from. You watched news last week, Friday, like every bitch in red. The stockings red, the nails red, the red lipstick, red every goddamn thing. She probably in the red. I don't know. It's just red everywhere. You get the point? It comes from this Lupercalia, this festival, right? Any more on it, or that was it? That was it. Okay. From Lupercalia. So that's where you get the red for the Valentine's Day, right? Because it's the same, it's the season of it. It's the whole, the atmosphere for it. And this year, Carnival fell on the weekend of Valentine's Day. So it was like double the lust. It was double the lust. So one of the brothers, not in the school in Trinidad, but one of the brothers who I know from Trinidad sent me a link. One of them carnival bands over there, they have different bands, or what I would say, like groups that they make costumes. So let's say it's ABC, and they'll compete in the day of carnival for who has the best costumes. So there's one particular band called Poison, and they, as they given for their carnival costumes, they give out the costume with a bag. They put a rose in the bag of every woman who ordered a costume. Every single one. There's
the machine?
Yes. Why? Because carnival is also about a ton of what? Lust. It's about a ton of lusting and sex and farewell to the flesh. I believe that's what it literally means. Farewell to the flesh, or giving into the flesh, where you do the most amount of lust-filled anything you can do for those 2 days, right? Because the carnival season in places like Trinidad, Brazil, I think that was the only 2 places that celebrate carnival around this time. There's other carnival. Go ahead.
I think Mardi Gras as well.
Mardi Gras in Louisiana. Mardi Gras is what? Fat Tuesday or Big Tuesday. Mardi is Tuesday, right? Or Monday?
Yes, Fat Tuesday, sir.
Tuesday. Mardi, I think it's Tuesday. Come from, like in Spanish, Tuesday is what? Martes?
Yeah.
Right? Domingo, lunes, martes. Domingo is Sunday. Lunes is Monday, or moon, like Luna, moon. Martes is Tuesday, and the in Louisiana they have Mardi Gras, or Grand or Grande, Big Tuesday or Fat Tuesday. It's all the same lascivious type of celebration. The Mardi Gras is what? The beads and the broad shirty, titties for the beads. You get the point? The woman running through. And as you're beating them, of course, they want you to chase them more. So what do? Show you the damn titties. The whole thing is that. The whole carnival spirit, Trinidad and Brazil, it's very naked. I see some pictures from carnival in Trinidad. You'll always wonder why the hell I don't go back. I need to send you all some of them pictures so you could be troubled. Goddamn, brother, it's more naked than I care to remember. And Brazil always been naked. And it's all the same lust-filled thing. Now imagine this falling the same time with Valentine's Day. You get the point? You're not winning now. It's a losing battle. Just don't be around. That's all. Just don't be around it. Right now, that carnival starts just after Christmas, the season, and comes to a climax Monday and Tuesday, delegated sometime in February. Sometimes it's in March, but usually in February. And this is the climax of it, Carnival Monday and Tuesday, which happened last night. And now today is Ash Wednesday, where they go to church and they beg forgiveness for all the filth they did the last 2 days or 2 months. How drunk you get, how much food you eat, how much sex you had, how much illegal sex you had. And you just ran it up and you put the ashes on your forehead to signify you're clean again. Lupercalia, remember, it's a purification thing. And for fertility, so now you're going to fast all the way so that you can have a good Easter. You understand? It's all tied into one. All tied into one. So now that's your Valentine's Day is Lupercalia. The red comes from the, beating of the woman with the bloody sheepskin or goat skin. What else? Yeah, the heart, right? The heart shape. Let me get a heart shape up there too. All right, let me get a heart shape up there too. The heart is not an innocent thing, right? You look at that heart is the silhouette of a woman bent over. It's a woman's tail you're seeing, right? Any one of them hearts is fine. Not that one. Give me a red or the white one, Salaki. No, just give me just the standard one of me. Go ahead. Hurry up, man. Just pick one. God damn, man. Because she is a woman bent over, he can't decide which one. You know what I mean? It's that one. You got to blow that up a little bit more. Hey, hurry up and share it, all right? You know how to draw it on the board, Shapat? All right, go ahead and give me a draw on the board there, if you don't mind. Draw it for me, and make it look like it's the woman bent over. If you don't know how to do it, let me know. God damn, I know that's a black woman you're drawing there. Salakia. Stop. Stop it. Stop it out. I should have known not to. Stop it. Just stop for a second, all right? Pause. let me just get up there. God, you. Good. All right, this is the one you was using? All right, no sweat. So like, no sweat. I'm if you want, yeah, you might have to. All right. You can just pull it closer to you. But you might have to operate it for the brother. Yeah, just turn it to the board. All right, I don't know if it's showing it. It should be showing it. So now you have the standard heart, right? That's the standard heart. Now, if you would draw legs coming down, this is her head. This would be her head here.
So can we make you the large screen?
Yeah. Make
the one.
Right?
The one.
So this would be the standard heart here. This would be what you would see on earrings, on t-shirts. This here is the standard heart, right? Standard. Now, if you just drop down the silhouette here with the legs, and this is her, that's where it came from. The symbol of the heart is a symbol of eroticism, right? Or eros, right? In European history, you have two types of love, right? What's the two types of love? Eros. What's the other one? Go ahead. Agape, right? Eros and agape. Eros is the root of erotic, which means the sexual type of love. Get the point? I don't want to be in anything y'all can see. Right? It's the sexual type of love. Agape is like brotherly love or sisterly love, like you would have love for someone. So you have eros and agape. Eros is the sexual love or the erotic love, and this became the symbol of eros, right? Because this comes from the the whores, the prostitutes, and that's the symbol. Even early in the U.S. military, when them boys from the Navy ship or overseas, the sailors, the young boys, they go off somewhere to become a man. They go to some brothel and have sex with a whore and get the tattoo of the heart on their shoulder somewhere as proof like they had a body. You get the point? So that's where the heart comes from. And of course, the whole thing with Cupid comes from Eros as well. And Cupid shoots the heart with an arrow. You get the point? But the arrow is poetic for this is where you target. This is the target. You have to lock in, boom, and you have to land there. That's the heart. That's the Valentine's heart, or what they call the heart. It's not really a heart. It's poetic and symbolic of how you would feel when you see her bent over, looking back. Like the brother Trinidad said, the Gucci look back. Gucci is an animal that crossing the road and look back. It's like, I ain't want to go into it. But giving it the Gucci look back. And that's the image because of the tail of the broad. You get the point? So it's not innocent. Also, the Celts use this symbol in their, I think it represents one of their gods. You could pull up heart in Celtic, in the sword. And they'll put it in the hilt of their sword. All right? The brother gonna pull it up for you in a second. They'll put Celt, put heart in Celtic sword or in the Celtic tradition. You would see it. They would always put it like that right there. That first one is good, right? They would put that pattern in there, and the Celts would always use that symbol or that heart symbol in there as one of their gods. Yeah, just do the screen share, and that's that's it. Right? So you have the heart, you have the red, you have the whole sexual thing, the propensity for so much sex and lust and everything like that, right? What else we missing? Come on.
What you're bringing out is heavy because when I went to Rome and I had a tour of like the Colosseum,
right?
And they were saying, they were explaining how the Colosseum was and who goes where within the Colosseum, where they can find certain things.
Okay.
And as we was doing that, it was like they have brothels all over the place, and instead of having a woman's hind part, they had the symbol for a brothel was a man's rod. So they just had it etched in the wall, and that's where the brothel was.
Well, their brothels is is the Epstein Island now. That's really what their brothel thing is, right? Servia Septimius. I think that's the one I want. Give me that. Give me I think it's Servia Septimius. I don't want to call one of them is a great warrior. The other one is the Sodomite.
Caesar.
Servius, is he the one that's the brother?
Servius is the brother, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, then put Pesinius Niger. Who's Pesinius Niger?
He was a brother as well, sir.
Okay, which is the one with the Valentine?
That is not Flavius.
Maybe I have the names mixed up.
Oh man.
Okay, there's one. Maybe they don't have the names. Maybe I'm just mixing the names up. Somebody could check it for sure for me. All right, but there's one. There's the account of these soldiers on the battlefield, and they were homosexual lovers, and on the battlefield, to prove the love for one another, they would cut the hearts out of their enemies and give the heart to the other sodomite lover to prove to him that he's burning with so much red hot passion for him, even on the battlefield. And that's where the tradition of giving a heart for Valentine's Day comes from. It might just be Saint Valentine. I don't know. I can't remember for sure. But somebody could look it up and see real quick. All right. It might just be Valentine. All right. Hold on. They gave me a whole ton of other shit. But it's one of them names. I want to believe so. I probably could have it mixed up. If somebody finds it, just let me know. All right. But that was the account of the whole first heart giving. Now this is what they would do just on the battlefield. They would cut the heart out of the other soldiers and give the heart to the homo lover. And this story became famous among the Europeans. And they said, well, that has to be an intense love to cut the heart, cut the chest cavity open of somebody and dig the heart out. If you ever handle live animals, that handling a dead body is that ain't no joke, much less a human and bust the rib cage and all of that shit. They said it, it was so impressive to them that they began giving the tradition of this red thing as a heart to the lover. Go ahead.
Masquayak says their names are Lucius Varenus and
Titus Pullo. Tawada. God damn it, boy. Masquayak, they like to make me think I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm going crazy. They don't want to help me out, but when that phone ring, I got to help them. Bastards, hell. It says Titus Pullo and Lucius Varenus. Tawada. My apologies for misstating Servius Septimius and Pesinius Niger. I believe those was two brothers who was in the Roman military and in the arenas that led a rebellion in Rome and was successful as well. Was relatively successful. All right. Titus Pullo and Lucius Varenus, two famous sodomites that, just ridiculously violent on the battlefield like any sodomite is. I would think the ICE agents do the same thing. All right, the ICE agents, they get off on hunting us down and the fear and us yelling and screaming and crying, and they go have some good old erotic boy love over it. It's the same type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same type of thing. So that's really a Valentine's Day in a nutshell, right? It's a combination of different traditions and beliefs of European nations and countries that became widely popularized. And of course, the monetary value is also there with the gift giving and the red and the, giving a heart. And it's so engulfed in sex. It's very, very engulfed in a ton of sex. And that's your Valentine's Day. It's a whore's holiday. It's a glorified whore's holiday. And you would be wise to stay clear of it, or anybody who is into it. All right, good to go with that. Any questions on it, or we good? All right. Boom. We did that. We did the carnival. So you all know it's within the carnival period too. Now we are at the end of it. The carnival thing was a whole, again, ode to the flesh. Strongly driven by the wants and needs of the flesh, of your body, whatever you want to eat, whoever you want to have sex with, how drunk you want to get in life. Over the last 2 days, definitely watch him there with his head in him. I ain't taking no lawsuits, Watch him there with that head. Yeah, please, somebody grab him. Come, you can grab him, sis. He gonna turn right into that table. I see he want to do it. He want to do it, and then he gonna cry, and then I had to compete with him. Yeah, you see he holding on that table. He wants it now, right? Yeah, over the last 2 days, it was a ton of just driven by sexual energy, a whole ton of sex, unlawful sex. and now they come into the whole thing with the Ash Wednesday. So unless there's any more questions, I'll go further into it too. You can straighten up this thing and Shabbat when you get a chance, all right? Straighten up that camera because it's a little twisted. All right. If not, we could go more into it, all right?
So, like, if I may, sir.
Go ahead. You sure you
can
can tilt it at the top? All right, that's too wild. You just bring the angle down a little bit more. I think you messed it up. They moved it too much. Go ahead, because
can I get a general breakdown on Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 12, sir?
Ezekiel 47
and 12, sir.
All right. Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 12. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine.
All right. This year, what you got to read. Did you read the whole chapter, or just got this verse?
Just this verse, sir.
Okay, no sweat. If you go back up to the top of the chapter, all right. Just to give some context, give me verse 1. Hold on, I don't even know if you got to go all the way to verse 1. I need to see where just for you to see where the waters is coming from. Yeah, let's start at 1.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 1. Afterward, he brought me again unto the door of the house, and behold, waters issued out from under the threshold of the house, eastward. For the forefront of the house stood toward the east.
Right. So this is, I believe this here is a vision that the angel is rolling with Ezekiel, right? And he would take Ezekiel to different places in the vision and show him different things. So now he's saying he bring Ezekiel to this house, and there's waters coming out of this house, and waters coming out from under the front door, and the front door faces the east. Right? Go ahead.
And the waters came down from the right side of the house at the south side of the altar.
Right? And the waters came down from the right side on the altar, and this whole thing is facing the east. Now we could skip through. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Let's skip down to now 12.
Sir. Verse 12. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees.
Hold on. Skip up to I might have to go through a little bit. Go to verse 2, and then I'm gonna skip your way out of go. Go ahead.
Okay, verse 2. Then brought he me out of the way of the gate northward, and led me about the way without unto the other gate by the way that looketh eastward. And behold, there ran out waters on the right side. And when the man that had the line in his hand went forth eastward, he measured 1,000 cubits, and he brought me through the waters. The waters were to the ankles.
And the waters were to the ankles. And this is all flowing from that house. Skip to verse 5.
Afterward, he measured 1,000.
In fact, read 4. Read 4.
Again, he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters. The waters were to the knees. Again, he measured 1,000 and brought me through. The waters were to the loins.
Right. So as he carried him through, that water that coming out is rising. It's more and more. And it eventually turns into this river, right? This river that's flowing that he can't just stand in no more. All right. Give me to 7.
Verse 7. Now when I had returned, behold, at the bank of the river were very many trees on the one side and on the other. Then said he unto me, these waters issue out toward the east country and go down into the desert and go into the sea, which being brought forth into the sea, the waters shall be healed.
Right. So now these waters is turned into a river, and there's trees on either side, and they go out into the country. That's what the angel is telling him. Now let's skip to 12.
Kawakan. Verse 12, and by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat.
Right.
Whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine.
Right. So the waters now come from the sanctuary. This is a vision that this you would pair this by with
Adam and Eve, sir.
Say again.
Adam and Eve, or with the
Well, it's a reference to the trees, but not that tree. You would pair this with he would be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. You would pair it with that, meaning Shabbat.
And he's very fun. He gonna give off good fruit. It's a very healthy tree.
Why?
Because it's next to the river. It's got a good water source.
That's what you need. The water source is what? It's coming from a house that the doors face the east. It's called the sanctuary. The water is coming from the Lord. It's the Holy Spirit. You all heard Jeremiah Hyman say the Bible is like a river that flows. And you don't need to know every precept. You just need to be in the current of this river. You just need to be in, it's the same water that flowing from up high in the mountain that going straight down to the delta. It's a river that flows through the Bible. This is an example of it. This is a reference to what he's talking about, where this is a river that flows from the Lord. And it's strong and it's mighty, because in the beginning it's just there by ankles. Then it's a little deeper and a little deeper, and this going out into the lands, into the country, into the desert where there's no water, valley of dry bones, and it brings healing out there. And there's going to be trees out there, and then these trees, they're never going to die. The leaves never going to drop off. The fruits never going to drop off. It's going to be an abundance of it, and it's going to be for healing and medicine for you and for meat. And it's going to be the beginning of what? They say moons or months or something like that?
It says, it shall bring forth new fruit according to his months.
According to his months. You get the point? This here is the Spirit of the Lord and the philosophies that, or the truth or the doctrine the Lord wants us to know. Just like in the garden with Adam and Eve, there was trees there that he told us not to take part of, which is the other nations. And the leaves is the covering for it. The fruit is the doctrine that you would eat to make you strong, to heal you, to correct your mind from everything else that you already learned before. Go ahead, Bakwash. To what? All right. You understand it now, Kazak?
Kawakan. So when it says it shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, this is not referring to the constellations, like how Adam got the truth.
I had to ask for that part. I don't think it's specifically referring, from what I remember, specifically referring to the constellations. It definitely can be, right? About to make sure. But this here for sure is the river is talking about the truth or the knowledge of the Lord, the doctrine, what grows from it. It definitely could be the constellations. I'll double check. Don't quote me on that part. That's something else I could definitely ask if this is the constellations, all right? It is Ezekiel
47 and 12, sir.
47 and 12. All right. But this year, that's you get the overall point of it besides that.
Yes, Kawakan, sir.
All right. Can't remember for sure. I had to find out again. All right.
Kawakan.
Oh shit. You get Caesar. He's stomping all over Caesar, boy. That's righteous there, right there. All right. Any other questions? Quick, let me know if any others come up. All right. Okay, so now, like I said, this one here, y'all follow me with this one again. It's Black History Month. I try to get some not usually talked about stuff, but with the internet now, everybody's talking about everything. So first off, right, give me Bukwashi, you could pull it up on YouTube, all right? You ain't had a screen share yet, but just pull up on YouTube the two names. Look for the incident with them two names that's in the title. And somebody grab for me Genesis 49 and start at 1, and I'll tell you what verse to skip to.
Read, right? Genesis chapter 49, verse 1.
Slacky, sir, I got it.
The water.
All right, bar, sir. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel, your father.
Right. So this is Jacob telling his father. This is Jacob telling his sons what will befall them in the last days. Everything after Christ is the last days. That means he walked the earth at the beginning of the last days. We in the last days right now. We in it. And everything in Genesis 49 on down is the characteristics of the 12 tribes in the last days. Think generalizations or stereotypes. You want to look at the stereotypes of the 12 tribes in the last days. So tonight, for the sake of the topic, we're going to go into Naphtali and Asher. All right? Skip me to 20 and 21.
Come on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 20. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties.
Also, somebody else hold for me Deuteronomy 33. Same thing, Asher and Naphtali. All right, I believe Asher is for sure in there. I'm looking to see if I see Naphtali right now. All right, but it's in Deuteronomy 33. Go ahead, 49. Whoever reading 49.
Come. Verse 21. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly works. Goodly words.
Giveth goodly words. So now we said Asher, his bread shall be fat. His bread, meaning the yieldings of his land and his wealth, or what his revenue is going to be fat, is going to be big. Asher should have a ton of wealth and resources. His bread, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Right? Asher is where? Who knows? We used to have the banner back in school. I believe it's in Baltimore now. You said it used to be down here in DC before we upgraded to this one. So you had that banner with all the 12 tribes and which ones they are. Go ahead, not you, Shapat, you good. Come on, let me get some of these brothers here.
Would that be Venezuela?
Venezuela is part of Asher, but Asher is definitely like a region, like Judah is North America mainly. Asher is a region. Venezuela is in the region. Who else is Asher? Let me see if I help you out. Go ahead, Leviathan.
Colombia.
Don't read off that paper, you know, Leviathan. I see you over there. You're reading off the paper. You looking down. Nah, I'm joking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just know Colombia.
Colombia. All right. The Colombia. So we have Colombia. We have Venezuela. Who else?
Ecuador. Would they be part of that?
Ecuador. I think Ecuador is part of Asher.
Bolivia.
I think Bolivia is more Chile. No, Bolivia could be Asher too. Let me give you it. Colombia to Uruguay. Colombia to Uruguay is Asher, right? Colombia is the lower part of what? Central America, right on the top of South America. Everything all the way down to Uruguay. It's like to the top of it, right? Right. So that lower part of Central, after you leave Zebulon, you're hitting Colombia right there. Am I wrong? You might have to pull up a map, you know. Don't have me up here, sounding crazy.
It's a lot.
If I was right, if I'm right, you'll have to apologize. Go ahead.
That's like I said. Colombia is the first country after Central America, and then it'll be Venezuela to the right.
So Colombia is right there, just after Central America, the lower part, and then it starts at the top, right?
That's right.
Okay, so was I right or was I not right?
You was right.
You're like to gaslight me and make me feel like I'm talking shit, and I realized that shit. I realized that's what's going on with this Wednesday class. I'm about to let the general know he should tune in and take these notes of these brothers who's trying to gaslight me here. No. Bakwash, you could put a picture of the map up so anybody who would see, all right, real quick. But go ahead, Kazaki is breaking down.
Yeah, come on, sir. It's Colombia.
I think that's eBay and Etsy. You might want to get better. Well, you got to zoom in quickly. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Yep, Colombia, Venezuela. I don't know if Guyana, Suriname are those count, but Colombia, Venezuela.
Guyana does count. Guyana does count, but Guyana has Guyana usually falls under Benjamin because of the Benjamite population in Guyana. But Guyana also has a native population, which they would be Asher. You get the point? Native Guyanese or people, the indigenous Guyanese, the first people there, they would be Asher. So you see Colombia right there. That's furthest to the top, right?
Right.
That Colombia all the way down to Uruguay. So everything there. Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Guyana, French Guyana, Suriname. Suriname also. Them three right there, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guyana. Some is Benjamin, some is the native, and a great majority is East Indians, heathens. All right. Brazil, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, go down to Uruguay, Paraguay, and Chile. And where Uruguay? Uruguay to the bottom, right there. So you see them right there, all that's Asher. From Uruguay all the way up to Colombia is Asher. That's a ton of people up. That's a ridiculous amount of people. All right. So that's who Asher is. And he said, Asher's bread will be fat and he will yield royal dainties. Right? He'll give royal dainties. Asher's symbol is what? The grapes. Because the grapes have been traditionally symbolic of royalty, of wealth and riches. You get the point? Eating grapes is like you living high. You get the point? And of course, the wine, yielding royal dainties, the gold that comes from Asher, just being a royal type of people. All right. Give me 21.
Naphtali is his hind, let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Right. Naphtali is where? Who knows what Naphtali is? You should know by now. Who knows what Naphtali is? What is? Go ahead.
Chile and Argentina, sir.
Chile and Argentina, or Chile to Argentina. That's Naphtali. Chile and Argentina, right? The words under Chile, that's the capital. Santiago, Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina. That's Naphtali. Naphtali is a hind let loose. What is a hind?
Like a deer.
A hind is like a deer. And a deer let loose, brother. If you've ever seen a deer take off, it's something to behold at. A deer will leap clean across, a 3-lane highway at least, or 2-lane highway. Go ahead.
There was one time I was out in Maryland.
I thought you was going to say Moscow. My hopes was up from Moscow. Go ahead.
Right, and I'm driving on there's 2-lane roads, and it was a buck, with the horns and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty far out, so I'm coming in like a curve. I'm coming closer towards it, but then I'm speeding up. But I got the charger, so I ain't caring. He starts to run.
He's like, if you want some of this, you gonna get it.
He starts to run, and when he's running, it didn't even look like he was
running
fast.
Yep.
But 2 or 3 seconds later, I'm looking at him like right on my side.
Yep.
I'm doing at least 60, and then I put
if anybody knows Bakwash never does 60. He does 60 when he's parked, when the car is in park. Because I could tell you, I mean, like this in the car, because you slow down that corner. Get the point? But a hind let loose ark is fast and doesn't look like it's fast because just how the Lord made that those type of animals, their leaping ability, they have great athletic ability. Great athletic ability. Those brothers and sisters from Chile, from Argentina and Chile are known for their athleticism. They're very much known for their athleticism. And you would and very hospitable as well. They give goodly words, meaning they're hospitable. Very, very hospitable type of people. Native people, of course. All right. Those of you who are familiar with the football, the S word that you all call it, that I would never say again. Most of you all would have heard of Diego Maradona, right? You all heard that name before? No? Listen, y'all had to start to listen to some, some Benjamin music, some salsa, some reggaeton. Y'all had to start to get invested in the culture of your brothers, man. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I mean, just now you're losing some heroes. I saw that video with Jordan. Now they're gonna blame Ice. Now they're blaming Ice. That's Ice's fault. Go ahead, Shapat.
Like about me, I actually right on point. I don't know anything about Chile, right?
Okay.
But I do know this. They got a fruit down there that tastes exactly like caramel.
It's tastes like what?
Tastes like straight caramel. It's
okay.
Fruit. And they make smoothies out of it. You don't have to add anything to it. It's just
I could believe it.
Like
I could definitely believe it. Like what certain things because of they're in a temperate region too. Like certain parts of Argentina and Chile snows. It gets very cold down in the south. So the vegetation will be a little bit different. You'll have different fruits, different, things that's native there. But so you have, if anybody ever heard of Diego Maradona, he was a famous football player for Argentina. As far as I know, he's a brother. He comes from the native people. He was hated in England because he took the world. They say he took the World Cup from them. He single-handedly took apart the team. There's footage that you could go see. And this was a time way before the internet where you see the skill of Israelites when you on the court or you're on the field. You can't go look up highlights on somebody. That's the other thing why sports is so mundane right now, because there's no gap anymore. There's no gap between the Lord's chosen people and the heathens, because the heathen can sit all day and watch highlights of you doing a crossover or highlights of Tiger Woods swinging a golf club and try to mimic it. When before you had to send a scout in a trench coat and a hat to film the training in the dark and come back with a scouting tape. But now you can just go look up somebody and watch them 24 hours of footage, and now you could compete on their level because you've seen the move before. But this was a time where you're not seeing half the shit these men doing, and these white boys was, amazed at it. Go ahead.
If I could, sir.
1 second, Warrior. Go ahead, Chapat.
In the Olympics, they used to have college play against the pros of other countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the first year they had our pros play against them. They called them the Dream Team, the 92 Dream Team with Jordan and all them.
Right.
They was beating everybody by more than 50.
And they
were playing around.
And they wasn't, top level professionals just yet.
No. This was Jordan and them. When they finally let our pros play in the Olympics.
Okay.
And they beat the brakes off of everybody. I'm talking about like about 50, 60 points. And they were playing around, shooting half-court shots. Just playing.
No, what happens?
Now
the game is a lot closer.
Come.
A few years ago, some Chinese team beat Georgetown ass, literally. On some tournament. I don't know if you all remember it. They went down there. Them Chinese was not playing now. Go ahead, Warrior.
Come on, and to add to your point, even before that, right? The only time they got to see the skills of the Israelites was on the battlefield. And those who got to see the skills never went home.
That's it. Dead man tell no tales. You get the point? Like that's who we always were. That's how it is. And now the playing field is a little bit different. So I'm saying that to say this. Also give me Deuteronomy 33. Whoever have Naphtali.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead,
sir.
I'll go ahead, Leviathan.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 23. And of Naphtali, he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with the blessing of the Lord, possess thou west and the south.
Right? He said, you're going to possess the west and the south in the last days. Pull up the map. Who's on the west of the South America? The lower part. Chile. You seeing it? That's the western side. The west and the south. You seeing it right there? He said, you will possess the west and the south in the last days.
Right.
That's Naphtali. Right? Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 24. And of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with children.
Right? Let Asher be blessed with children. Scroll up. Scroll up. Stop. Go too much. Go down a little bit. You see where Uruguay is down there? To the bottom right, touch Uruguay. See Uruguay down there? Go up now slowly. Touch Paraguay. Touch Bolivia. Touch Brazil. Peru. Go on up. They all filled with people out. Brazil is probably the hardest. You know, they probably have more land than where it's populated. But he said, Asher, you're going to be blessed with children. It's going to be a ton of all you. All right, go ahead.
Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
And let him be acceptable to his brethren, meaning where Asher lives, it's they could get along, they could get together. And this is also a precept or a prophecy for how Asher deals with the Caribbean islands. Because you all know in the days of before when Maduro was still there and the brother before him, Chavez, with all the oil that Asher had, Chavez made deals with all the Caribbean governments to supply them with energy at a very subsidized rate so they don't have to go broke to live, which is why Cuba is in crisis now, because since America took Maduro, they cut Cuba off from the deal Venezuela had with Cuba. That's why Cuba is in an energy crisis right now. You get the point? But Asher, before, he was acceptable to his brethren. Even in Trump's first term, Trump tried to get the prime minister of Trinidad to turn on Maduro. And he said, I have a verbal contract with him and I'll not abandon it. And that's why Trump couldn't fully get into Trinidad to stage a war against Maduro in 2016 to 2020. Now imagine how the type of person you have to be where a man honors a verbal contract. Not something written where I could take action against you, but me and you sit down and talk over some wine, and you said you're going to do this, I said I'm going to do that, and you telling America, me and him have a verbal agreement. I'm not doing it. This is Asher being acceptable to his brethren. You get the point? Keep reading.
And let him dip his foot in oil.
And let him dip his foot in oil, meaning like how like the precept Kazak had before with the river reaching to the ankles. Asher's foot is dipped in oil because of all the oil he got. The oil reserve they found a few years ago, the Lord prophesied that in the Bible, long ago, right? Hold up. All right, I think we're good to go. Read the next verse.
Concert 25. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass.
Mm-hmm.
As thy days, so shall thy strength be.
Right? Their shoes shall be iron and brass, because why? They got a ton of natural resources and minerals down there. They got a ton of bauxite and gold and iron and all type of naturally occurring stuff in the lands of Asher. Guyana is famous in the Caribbean for gold, like real high quality pure gold. Like you get Benjamites who come to America and they go to the malls or whatever, and they ain't gonna really fuck with that gold because it has other stuff in it. The Benjamites usually go to Guyana and get real high quality gold, and it's heavier. It's a heavier thing. You get the point?
So like it, sir.
It's in the Bible. Go ahead.
So like, I didn't mean to cut you off too, sir. What you're saying is so right. I remember when I was younger, there was a couple. There was a girl I went to school with. She was Panamanian, and they was as dark as me. And I remember her parents had gold teeth, gold rings, and gold necklaces. And I remember them saying, I remember their gold had a certain yellowness to it that I'd never seen before. It was real, but it had a certain yellowness, and they were saying how they got their gold from Guyana.
Yeah, the gold from Guyana is it have a different yellow to it. It looked different. If you don't know it, you'll be like, okay, that's not the real thing. That is the real thing. You get the point? And they have a ton of it down there, which is why America wants it. So now that's a little background on Asher, Naphtali, really the whole of South America being the 12 tribes of Israel and our brothers who they are according to the Bible. It's Torah. He ain't gonna get that far. Shabbat Durim. Right? Being our brothers. Now, this week, yesterday, now, of course, you know, all these countries outside of America, Canada, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean play football, right? And there's huge tournaments, right? This year, the World Cup is happening in America. It's supposed to be a huge windfall for America. Trump gets involved. They say the tickets is the most expensive ever in the history of the World Cup. They're begging the governing body to lower the tickets, but Trump wants the money. And then now that's for the national teams. So like Brazil will play Argentina, America. That's the national teams. Now, there are also club football, which is how these men make a living. You'll sign a contract with a club, usually in Europe for the big money. And you'll play there for 6, 7 years, 10 years, who the hell knows? And these contracts are very lucrative, right? Pull up the video. Just don't play it yet. Just pull up the image of the video. Right? So this here is an image from a tournament called the European Champions League. Every year it happens. It's the top teams in Europe, in England, Spain, France, whatever, Russia. They play a European tournament with the club teams. So the number 25, he's some little gutter rat from Argentina. As it stands now, he's not a brother. This is a white boy, right? He has Italian descent, which Naphtali has suffered from European invasion from the 18th century, late 1700s, all the way till now. Suffered from ridiculous European invasion. Italians, the Spaniards, the Germans, I think the French too, but not as much as the first three. The other guy there, he's wearing number 7. You can't really see the number. He's a brother from Asher. He's from Brazil, right? Very dark skin. He's a brother. He scored what they'll call a outstanding goal yesterday against this team. The team in blue is playing an away game against the team in red. They're in Portugal, which is the team in red's home field. So the crowd is against the team in blue. So this brother scored this goal. Now, this brother, he is, very dark, has strong Negro features. He's hated all throughout Europe. They call him Monkey every game. Throw banana peels at him, make the monkey sound. And he used to cry because he came from Brazil at like 17 years old, like a baby. He used to cry and they would mock him. But he was so much better than the Europeans and would destroy them. I mean, like it was ease. So he scored this goal yesterday and he went to the corner flag and danced and he gyrated his hips. And they took that as offenses, as if he was saying F you. That's not what he was saying. He's from Brazil. The game was yesterday. Where should he have been as a brother in the world from Brazil yesterday? Who knows? If he was here in class today, you would know.
Salaki, sir.
Come on, Mathia, please help them out.
Would it be carnival?
He would have been in Brazil's carnival yesterday. But he had to work. He scored an outstanding goal and ran to the corner flag and danced like he would dance in Brazil's carnival. White people lost their fucking mind. The referee came and gave him a yellow card, which is an official caution. Say he was provoking the crowd. He's like, what the hell is this? I can't celebrate. So now the crowd is booing. He gets angry. His players come dragging him back because they want to restart the game. As he's walking back, number 25 is saying shit to him. He's talking shit back. Number 25 is from Argentina. He's from Brazil. Argentina and Brazil have a bitter rivalry that people think is just about sports, but tonight we'll see it's way more than sports. So play the video from the start. You might could fast forward a little bit. Hold up. Did we miss it? Scroll forward a little bit. Scroll some more. All right, go back some. All right, stop right there. So they're going back to start the second half. Keep going, keep playing. He's laughing at them. He's looking at the crowd like, ha, ha, ha. But they calling him monkey. He talking shit to 25 talking shit to him. Stop right there. Pull it back. No, I'm going to play the whole thing for you. But from before, when he scored the goal on the other side, they're walking back and they're talking shit to each other. And they usually say stuff like, I have a World Cup, you don't have one. We are the better player, you don't have the other one. So they're talking shit. Go ahead. See, they're talking. He's talking to him. Go ahead. Pause it. See, number 25, pull his shirt up over his mouth. Now, sometimes players do that so that the camera doesn't see the strategy. Right? You see it in NFL where they'll hold the clipboard and they'll put the clipboard like this and they'll call the plays. So he pulls his shirt up to his mouth. Go ahead. And Vinny immediately like, what the fuck you say? And he runs to the referee to tell him, because there's a new rule now, because it happens so much that you have to tell the referee anytime somebody says something racist to you. So he runs to the referee. Go ahead. And then look at he's like, oh shit. He called him a monkey 5 times. The brother went to tell the referee. The referee act like the shit ain't happened. Him and the rest of the players then blew walk off the field. They say, fuck this shit, we ain't doing this shit. And that's when they reviewed everything. They say they don't have no evidence that he said it. Anybody knows sports know the field is mic'd up. You could hear a fly fart on that shit. So they're going to hear what he said. He initially said he did not say it. Later on, he said he said hermano, which means brother. He didn't say mono, which means monkey. He said what he said. Right? He said what he said. Now, people may not know. People might just think it's okay. They're trying to throw him off. Argentina has been a place that cultures racism for centuries. For many centuries. And we're going to go into it tonight. Hold on. Because did I send you the videos? All right, hold up. Let me send it to you right. Right? So now this brother here, and because of this happened yesterday, and every ex-football player start coming out with their own experiences of playing in Europe and how they call them monkey and throw bananas at them. There's one Brazilian player, they throw a banana at him, he pick it up and eat it and throw the skin back in the crowd. Like that's the most I've ever seen they reacted, but usually it breaks the player because the player goes over there with a lot of love and admiration for the European League. So he's heartbroken when this happens, right? So hold on, let me show you. Let's get some history on Argentina. Where could I send it, Bakwash? To your text would be better? Okay, hold up. Okay, this first one, you're going to play this first one, and then the second one, I'm going to tell you when to play it, all right? Okay, so Argentina, you could put up a picture of Argentina's football team, maybe. Or if there's several pictures of Argentina's football team through the years. All right? Now, Argentina, the native people are Naftali, Argentina and Chile. Right? Let's get that one. This is a fairly recent picture. It is too pixelated. You might need a better, bigger one. I'll take that one. Right? Now, this here has been the image of Argentina's team probably since the inception of football in the continent, which happened, I think, in the late 1800s or early 1900s. This imagery here, some of these players are native. Majority of them are not. All right? Argentina has a famous player who they say is the best player in the world. He's the one on the left there, number 10. He's called Messi. Everybody know him now because he plays in America. That is a devil. His parents are Italian immigrants. He's not a brother, right? And people might say, well, why is he so good? When Messi was 9 years old, he was a very small baby. They said he would not grow past 5'4" or some shit like that. And he began steroid treatment all his teenage years. He's a product of performance enhancing drugs. You could look this up. They don't talk about it, but it's true. Everything about him is faster and better than everybody else. But he's a devil. The one next to him is more than likely a brother. Number 22 is another brother. And I think everybody else is devils, except maybe the one in the red who's the goalkeeper. I think everybody else, one of them is McAllister. He's an Irishman. I'm not even sure if he's in the picture. Go ahead.
Like, it reminds me of the Boston Celtics. For a very long time, they were the whitest basketball team. Larry Bird was their star. And I'm about to say, up there in Boston, the majority, like Irish and Italian.
All of
them, yeah.
Yep. Right. So now, if you look back, you could look up on your own time, right? Argentina's team has always looked like this. Always looked like predominantly white boys with a few Israelites, but because of the skin complexion could pass. But there is always, they have never had a black player ever in the history of the thing. They had one guy, DeSantis. We'll find out. We'll get him. And he played one time in like 1925. And that was it for 7 games. That was it. Never had a black player. Now let's get the video that I sent you. You pulled it up already? All right, let's get it real quick, all right? If anybody have any other questions, let me know. All right. Argentina, like a lot of places, well, really not like a lot. Argentina has a almost similar situation with Dominican Republic. You see how Simeon is known for saying what? What is Simeon known for saying? Among the tribes. What is Simeon known? Go ahead.
I know black.
I know black. I know black. I know black. Right? Even the comedians say, you black. Yeah, but I'm not black like this. Talking about I'm not black like this. Argentina is very similar, but it's worse. It's worse because with Simeon is more brainwashing thing. With Argentina, brother, the genocide that happened in Argentina, it needs to be studied out. It needs to be studied, absolutely studied. So let me get some more. I'm gonna tell you where to skip through, all right?
Salaki, sir, if I could.
Somebody say Salaki?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, go ahead.
I once heard a white boy say, this was on the TV. I seen a white boy say one time, he was having an interview. He said,
him up on the screen.
He said, don't you know that the Italians that wasn't allowed to come to the U.S., we went to Argentina. That's what the white boy said. I heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a huge migration of Europeans to Argentina. And it's absolutely ridiculous what they did down there. Go ahead. You can skip a little bit. Skip a little bit more. Right there.
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Right, stop right there. Stop right there. Go ahead.
This is on Naphtali, well, Asher, when he was talking about how they would be very acceptable amongst their brethren.
Right.
I always like to bring this up about Grand Columbia with them, the relationship that they got with the Levites, which is the Haitians, and with the Ecuador, Venezuela, and Colombia. That red and blue in that flag is dedicated to Haiti when Haiti came over there to help them out in the war.
after the revolution. That's right.
That's
right. There's a whole connection with Haiti and damn near everybody in Central and South America from it. And I think from that is where you get Manasseh and Ephraim, because Ephraim's flag is very close to Manasseh's own same way. And it all stems from that Haitian revolution. All right. That's absolutely right. Go ahead, Up.
So, like, is there something playing, sir?
Say that one more time.
Is there something playing, sir?
Yeah. You're not hearing it?
No, lie, sir.
Okay, no sweat. But Quash, just stop the share. Hit stop share at the top, all the way to the top, all the way to the top. You hit stop share and then reshare it again. All right. Let's go ahead and play.
Border with Chile to the west, which is the.
Can you hear it now?
What kind, sir?
All right, most likely. He admits nothing too heavy with it. He just saying why there's always been a question why there's no black players for Argentina. Like even the other countries, you will see darker skinned players or black players in damn near all the other countries in South America, but you never will see a darker skinned player, even if it's a dark skinned Latino.
Mm-hmm.
The darkest skin you would see is like Maradona, and he played in Italy. He was liked over there, but you would never see it. So this guy here did a little research on it. Go ahead.
The longest land border on Earth. Argentina was also the first country in South America to begin playing football, with the sport arriving via the port of Buenos Aires through European sailors. Argentina was home to South America's first football club and also the continent's first national team in 1867 and 1893. Ever since, Argentina have been a force on the international stage and one of the three most successful nations from South America, routinely jostling for major honors alongside Uruguay and Brazil. Black footballers have...
Stop right there. So now Argentina, they really established the football on the continent. It's one of the top three on the continent: Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay. They're always like the big three in football in South America and on the world stage when it comes to World Cup. Now, this guy on the left in white is Pele. I forget who this other guy is, but these two Brazilians. And you could, this is black and white, but you can see these are not European presenting men. And they are famous known because in the other countries, they were more, again, Asher is acceptable to his brothers. You get the point? Later on, you'll see a lot of the native people and the slaves that came to Argentina, a lot of the slaves came to the South America first, left Argentina and went into the other countries because of how the Europeans was running it down there. I mean, them niggas is horrible at. Go ahead.
Have been at the forefront of Uruguay and Brazil's success on the international stage. Both nations' greatest ever players, Jose Andrade in the case of Uruguay and Pele in the case of Brazil, have been black. And neither nation have won world football's most prestigious trophy, the World Cup, without a black player in their team.
Right.
Despite
both
bordering...
those two countries, pause right there. Both those two countries, Brazil and Uruguay, have won different World Cups throughout the years, and they've always incorporated native players or black players. Always. Once again, this is Argentina's team from about maybe 20 years ago. You see what you're not seeing. Right? Now, there's a few people here who are brothers. Number 10, number 11. Them two is brothers. I'm not sure about the number 8. I do believe everybody else is a devil. Number 3 might be, but I do believe everybody else is devils. Right? Germans and Italians and all that type of stuff. Keep going.
Both nations and having had distinctly similar pasts in so many respects, the same cannot be said for Argentina. Argentina's two crowning moments, their two world titles.
Keep playing.
Titles came in 1978 and 1980.
This is 1978. They won the World Cup. You see the team. It don't matter what era you look at. Argentina ain't fielding nobody who darker than a paper bag. They're not doing that. You get the point? Keep going. You might have to try to skip.
Both successes arriving without a single black player and Argentina's all-time.
No. Hold on. Go ahead.
Arriving without a single black player and Argentina's all-time greats.
Let's stop
Messi.
right there. The guy on the right is Diego Maradona, who before the one in the middle is considered one of the best players in the world. Guy on the right is a brother, as far as I know. His people are native. The other two are devils. All right, go ahead.
Maradona, Di Stefano are all.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you.
White. Clearly, there is a major discrepancy between Argentina and their fellow South American footballing powerhouses, and over the course of more than 100 years, it is not one that can be put down to chance or mere coincidence.
Right, so they're saying in 100 years, scroll back one, just scroll back, just this is another team. This is like from 1990 or 94. The team look the same. They say in 100 years, they didn't even put one colored player on the field, none, or anybody who is representing the native people or the descendants of the slaves who was brought in there. Go ahead.
100 years, it is not one that can be put down to chance or mere coincidence. In terms of the pure footballing facts, it is not quite true, as some seem to believe, that Argentina have never had a black international. They have had one, Alejandro de los Santos, during the 1920s.
Stop. They had one black player in the history of their country. Alessandro de los Santos. And you see, he done conked the hair to look like Frank Sinatra. He done try his best to make sure. Why do you think he had to do that with his hair? Because he's getting abused even on his own team. Go ahead. Mike.
Jackie Robinson before Jackie Robinson.
Okay, I wouldn't even say Jackie Robinson so much because the Negro Leagues is not. There was no league for black players. It's not like he jumped from black players to the white team. You get the point? There's just no space for black players in Argentina at all. Till this day, people who travel will tell you they don't see black players in Argentina. They don't see. You could look at a video of Brazil, you're going to see a dark-skinned person walking. You're going to see a brown-skinned person walking. You get the point? You're not seeing that in Argentina, and people never really talk about it. But because of what happened yesterday, it's coming up again. Why is Argentinians so racist? And now we gain some more history. In 100 years, only one black player or dark-skinned player has ever been selected for the national team. Now, Europeans will say, or white supremacists will say, well, he's the only good one who could compete with the Europeans. But that ain't true. As you know, the best in everything is always Israelites. Always Israelites, not white boys. Keep going.
Dos Santos won 5 caps for Argentina between 1922 and 1925 whilst playing as a centre forward, becoming Argentina's first and last black footballer. In the almost exact century since, Argentina have had internationals with African ancestors, which Argentines tend to call mulattoes, meaning mixed race, although that term is itself now deemed to be offensive. The most famous of Argentina's mixed race players may have been the goalkeeper Hector Bailey, who won the...
May have, because they talking about on his mother's side when they say may have, right? Also in Argentina, it's not popular to claim being black or native. In Argentina, just like how it is in DR, they white. You get the point? They don't claim it. But here, this is a field of white boys. This is a field of Germans and Italians and descendants of them. Skip a little head. Just scroll through the bottom. I don't want to play the whole thing because I have another tape.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead. Scroll back a little bit.
Does this only consist of their professional, or does this ride down to like their little league, high school, and college too?
No, Argentina has a professional club league, a football league, and it's more of the native people who would be playing. You might find a couple of the descendants of the slaves, but when it comes to the national team, they're not carrying no nigga to World Cup or no native or indigenous person who strongly look native or indigenous. Like this nigga had to be, he had to be passing to make the team. You get the point?
Come on. If I could, right quick, sir.
Go ahead.
They worse than the Redskins, now the Commanders, because they were the last team in the NFL to accept a black player.
Listen, brother, the racism that we experience on every level is something that's very much taught and part of their system. And it's part of Argentina's system. Like that little white boy who called the brother monkey. He don't think it's a big deal. You see, he throw his hands up like, come on, let's go ahead and play. To him, this is just what we say to them. He's not looking at it like this is racist. And you'll see why I say it once we're done with the videos. Go ahead.
To the likes of Marcelo and Willian.
What we're showing you there is a difference.
One key reason
Brazil's team over the years and Argentina's team. Go ahead. Agree on time. 2-2. Right?
For the different
the image before showed you some of Brazil's team, and there's brothers in there. Scroll through. All right, scroll, keep going. Stop right there. Pull back. Go ahead, Shapat. Go back some more. Right there.
Because I was trying to hold it, but that sounded kind of racist. Because Dallas was the first team to have a black player, but all them owners is racist, and Jerry Jones was on there when they was throwing stuff at the girl trying to go to school.
And they
was all racist.
Because it's business. It's business for them. They don't give a damn about the shit. Let's go ahead.
Nations does have some unique and distinguishing features. Its history is largely typical of a European colony in the Americas. Europeans arrived, they looked to enslave the indigenous population but ended up wiping them out through epidemics and infectious diseases, and instead had to import slaves from sub-Saharan Africa. The first slaves arrived in Argentina via the Rio de la Plata in 1587, and once Buenos Aires began allowing English slave traders to import slaves via the Argentine capital, Argentina's slave trade boomed.
Right.
I think it's worth emphasizing.
In the 1500s, slaves came to Argentina, right? By the 17th century, the 1600s, the slave population and the indigenous population made up just about 50%, right? Especially in Buenos Aires, which is the capital. Skip forward a little bit. Right there, let me hear. God damn it.
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel?
Population was as high as 64%, and even in Buenos Aires, at least 40% of the capital city's population were slaves in 1810.
Stop. So even he quoted higher. The country had a combined population of the slaves and the native people of around 60%. Buenos Aires was over 40%, right? At that time. Play.
Seems reasonable to assume that at one time, Argentina's slave population was around a third of the nation's overall demographic, thus making Argentina...
So based on those numbers, they're saying that 1/3 of the overall population had to be descendants of slaves, another 20 or 30% had to be the indigenous people, and the rest was the Europeans. Go ahead.
1/3 black. A nation doesn't just go from being 30 or 40% black to less than 0.5% black, even over a period of 200 years.
Did you hear what he said? What did he say? Whoever heard it say it, because you should blow me away. Or play it back.
Or 40% in Argentina, 1/3 black. A nation doesn't just go from being 30 or 40% black to less than 0.5% black, even over a period of 200 years, by accident.
Back in the 17th century, there was 30 to 50% black. Today is 0.5% black in the whole country. And he's saying that doesn't happen by accident. That's not a natural decline. That's not. That shit had to happen on purpose. Go ahead.
What's more, it is a demographic change that didn't really occur gradually over 200 years, but rather one which happened very rapidly within the space of 15 to 20 years. According to a number of first-hand accounts, African slaves were treated much better in Argentina than they were in other European colonies like Guyana and in the Caribbean, but the same could not be said for their treatment following the abolition of slavery. Slavery was abolished in Argentina in 1853, but even more so than in other parts of the world, the lives of many Africans and Afro-Argentines in Argentina actually became even worse following abolition.
Right. Now, there's a reason he's not mentioning the native tribes. It's two reasons. A lot of them were killed off almost a genocide before they brought the slaves. And today, even if you're from the indigenous people, you're on a reservation or you're not claiming indigenous. You're claiming white because of the oppression. Go ahead.
Discrimination was rife, and two significant events, either deliberately or inadvertently, depending upon which version of history you choose to believe, wiped out an enormous chunk of Argentina's black and African population. Both largely coincided with the presidency of Domingo Faustino Sarmiento between 1868 and 1874.
Right, so when he came into power in the late 1800s, there was a war between Venezuela, Brazil, Uruguay. They formed like a trio. And they went to war? Paraguay, I believe. Right? Go ahead.
To which Sarmiento orchestrated the deaths is a topic of great debate.
So they're saying based on the historical accounts, a lot of people think under his regime, he orchestrated a genocide of the native people and the descendants of slaves with this war. Keep going.
1864 and 1870, a triple alliance made up of Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil waged a war on Paraguay that would become the bloodiest interstate conflict in the history of Latin America.
Right.
Although the exact number of casualties.
I don't think you've ever heard that before. They say this was the bloodiest war in the history of Latin America. How many of you had ever heard of that war before? Ever? It was we said Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay came together and fought a war against Paraguay. Now, this is not the native people, but the conquistadors, the colonizers, the oppressors. And they fought this war against Uruguay. Go ahead.
Is unknown. The majority of Argentine and Brazilian troops were previously enslaved Afro-Brazilians and Afro-Argentines who also dominated the front lines, which was virtually a death sentence in such a bloody conflict.
No, does that sound, go ahead, do your thing. Does that sound strange? That they will take the sons and daughters of slaves, put them in the military, and put them on the front lines to fight. In late 1800s, Argentina and Brazil, the Europeans, the slaves and the indigenous people, recruited a ton of them, put them to fight, and put them in the front, in the heat of the battle to fight. Later on, they suspecting that leader did it on purpose for whatever political gain, and also killing two birds with one stone to say they're going to all be killed out in the war. Right? Go ahead.
Enormous numbers of Afro-Argentines died during the war, with some having suggested that Argentina's black population were deliberately recruited and put in the most high-risk situations in the first stage of a covert genocide upon the population. The high number of male military deaths had further consequences on the next generation of Afro-Argentines, with black women in Argentina either having children with white Argentines or not having children at all.
Stop right.
The second...
Now, that's war. Kill all the men, and now the women don't have anybody to marry, so the oppressors is taking them. And he's saying for the next generation, it put a strain because there's so much less men that would normally be with the black or native people in Argentina. The Europeans took them, or they didn't have any children at all, so that was a huge decline. That's why he say within 15 or 20 years, which is enough for a generation. Think the time you start making children. Between 15 and 20 years. You get the point? Shouldn't be 15, but we all know the reality of our life. You get the point? That's a new generation coming. And he's saying this generation after the war, it was significantly less native and black men, right? They're about to say diseases now with yellow fever. Keep going.
Great plague among...
Right? They had plagues on top of that with yellow fever. And this particular leader, stop right there. This is the city of Buenos Aires. He on purpose stopped the descendants of the slaves, the people who survived the war in certain parts of the city, deprived them of resources, didn't give them the medicine, so the plagues would ravage the community. That's why they're saying what he did was like a covert genocide. Like, it's not on purpose where you could charge him like Hitler, but he had a war. Then they had a plague. That's like an act of God. They can't charge him, but this is what he did. Right? Keep going. Let's go ahead.
Again, in this case, President Sarmiento has been accused.
No. You just go ahead and play.
Of creating breeding grounds among black communities for the disease, essentially right? Forcing.
Like remember what happened with COVID? COVID at first wasn't affecting us. Then it started to affect us. Then no vaccine, no treatment. They're sending you back home. They don't want to admit you. You get the point? Go ahead.
Afro-Argentines into environments of squalor in overpopulated and heavily polluted areas with inadequate infrastructure and healthcare. In both of these cases, it's difficult to know Sarmiento's individual influence, but there is no doubt that black people were disproportionately killed, and that racism and discrimination was rife in Argentina at the time, just as it was across much of the globe. As such, it's not hard to believe that Sarmiento and other decision-makers in Argentina were at best ambivalent about the lives of Afro-Argentines, and at worst, actively seeking to wipe them out. From between 30 to 40% of the population having been black Afro-Argentine slaves in 1810, there were so few black people left in Argentina by 1875 that the government didn't even register African descendants in their national consensus.
Right? They decimated the population so much, they say, we don't even need to count you all no more. We don't even need to count you no more because, you know, who would waste time going around and checking how many, you know, blacks and Latinos there is? Like, y'all don't even matter. Keep going.
It is rare for even a very deliberate and well orchestrated.
What one we at now? Hold on. Give me, where we at? 10? 10 minutes? Yeah, go ahead and play.
Genocide to be so successful, for desperate want of a better word, a wiping out a section of society. Domingos Faustina Sarmiento was certainly a racist, even by contemporary standards it could be claimed, despite his interest in Western liberalism.
Okay, right after here, he makes a quote. It's 2 more quotes, then we go to the other video.
According to the International Business Times, Sarmiento wrote in his diary in 1848, quote, "In the United States, 4 million are black, and within 20 years, it will be 8. What is to be done with such blacks hated by the white race?" 20 years in 1848, quote, "In the United States, 4 million are black, and within 20 years, it will be 8. What is to be done with such blacks hated by the white race? Slavery is a parasite that the vegetation of English colonization has left attached to the leafy tree of freedom."
Stop right there. Now, he said in the States, he wrote this in his diary, which a lot of these slave owners and Europeans, they would always keep a diary of how they abused us. There's a famous slave plantation owner called Thomas Thistlewood, and he would write in his diary, books about how he would rape slaves and beat slaves and rub salt in their wounds, and which slave was a good raping. You could go find this in his diary. He wrote in his diary, America has a black problem. They got 4 million black people now. In about 20 years, they're going to have 8. That's a horrible problem. He's like, slavery is a plague and a parasite that the British people created that affects our freedom today. That's what he means. Not saying that slavery was bad. He's saying, no, we had to deal with these niggas. You know, it's messing with our world. And this is a problem. Keep going.
Quote. That quote seems rather chilling amidst accusations of a covert genocide. There are other reasons for the reduction in Argentina's black population, including the willful migration of a number of Afro-Argentines to neighboring nations who they felt would be more hospitable towards them. And also
right? So a lot of people left Argentina. A lot of the descendants of the slaves and the native people left Argentina and went north into the other territories because of how they was being treated. And Europeans started coming in, droves of them. Italians, Germans, Spaniards coming into Argentina all at the same time. Go ahead.
That during like World War II?
In and around that time, World War I, World War II, definitely heavily, around that time of World War II, because of course, World War II, their zone is in hell. You get the point? Go ahead. And as the brother who was saying that they was not allowed to go to America and they sent them South America. Also, all them Germans, Nazis from the concentration camps, a lot of them was hiding down there in Argentina. Do you remember there was a time they was carrying old Nazi soldiers to court to answer for crimes of the Holocaust? They was bringing them from Argentina. They was all down there, right? Keep going.
Last arrival of white European.
11:25. Skip me to 12, just around 12 minutes. Yeah, go back some more. Right there. Let me hear.
For example, which just translates as black, was once used as a term to describe Argentina's black people. Blackness was considered a negative trait. The word negro, for example, which just translates as black, was once used as a term to describe Argentina's black population. but has now become so distorted as to include anyone who is considered to be of lower class, lower income, or lower intelligence.
You understand?
Almost like
so being called black in Argentina ain't just you black. It's saying you inferior, you lower than me, you less than me. You get the point? This is part of their culture. Go ahead.
Same thing here. It just means black, but they use it like it means ignorant.
That's what they say. You get the point? Even you hear today where there's, because of the cultural exchange, you would hear some brothers arguing with some white boy, and he'll say, "Nah, nigga," and the white boy be like, "I ain't no nigga." You get the point? Because to them it's like you saying I'm less than. You get the point? Go ahead.
Term redneck in America.
Right?
It's that kind of
redneck. Like you call a white boy a redneck. You know, it's like you trailer park trash. He ain't want that shit. Like, who are you talking to? I'm not that. Go ahead.
Racism, which is alive and well in Argentina and much of the world. In 1996, 150 years on from the near annihilation of Argentina's black population, President Carlos Menem said during a diplomatic trip to the United States that, quote, "Black people do not exist in Argentina. Brazil has that problem," close quote. When the leader of your nation
pull it back. I want you to really get this shit out. He said black people don't exist. We don't have that problem. Brazil have that problem. That's who's in charge. That's who's the majority. That's who's trickling down everything. When you see what's going on with places like Argentina, again, the brothers and sisters who are familiar with the football world have always asked, why is Argentina so racist? Why do they like to act like they're not Latino or they're not black? This is why. And there was a genocide in Argentina that don't really get talked about because it was under the guise of war and disease, right? Go ahead, Bukwas. Let them have it.
White folks crazy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Play me out.
Population of Argentina's black population, President Carlos Menem said during a diplomatic trip to the United States that, quote, "Black people do not exist in Argentina. Brazil has that problem," close quote. When the leader of your nation describes a mass segment of society as a problem based purely upon the color and pigmentation of their skin, you still have a problem with racism. So next time you are watching La Alba Celeste, who so often set major tournaments alight and have given the world some of the greatest footballers of all time, and you wonder why there are no black players, well, now you know, or as much as we can know.
Now he's saying this is why there's no black players. This is a descendant of native people. So even there's a disparity of, if you come from the slaves, you're black. If you could pass for one of the whites, you're white, and everybody else is just forgotten, right? Skip to what time you at there now? 12 what? 47? No, late play. Keep playing.
From a nation that has long tried to blur the lines and whitewash its black history. I will leave you with this. In 1916, in the very first Copa America, or the South American Championship as it was known at the time, Uruguay picked 2 black players for their squad to travel to Argentina. Juan Delgado.
Uruguay picked these 2 black players to go to Argentina for the South American Cup to play, right? Go ahead. No, it's staged in Argentina. They have these black players. This is at a time where it's only white boys playing, which is why in Brazil they say Pele is the greatest of all time. Judah would understand it if you ask Muhammad Ali versus Mayweather. Muhammad Ali transcended the sport with the stuff he stood for, so people have more respect for him. He fought against racism. The same thing with Pele. Pele came right after this time. Pele was a very dark-skinned boy from the ghetto, from the whole ghetto. And what he had to put up with, his own teammates who was calling him nigger and monkey and didn't even want him to play. He was 17 years old and won them a World Cup. Came back and won them another one, and they still didn't want him to play, sleep in the same dorm, all this type of shit. The other players who they talk about never had to go through shit like that. You get the point? Go ahead.
What you're saying is heavy, because that's the same thing happened with Muhammad Ali when he won the gold medal. He wanted to go back home and like just eat at a segregated restaurant. And when they didn't let him eat, he threw his gold medal in the river.
Away, exactly. Because it's like, nigga, I'm fighting for you, and this is how you dealing with me. Like, that's the effect that Pele had, and it was worldwide. Because wherever he went, they liked him. And again, this is a time, it's hard to understand now, but this is a time, the shit he was doing, He was literally the first person to do it. So what he's doing with the ball, they can't understand it. He's 17 years old. He could jump high, run faster, score from anywhere. And they hate him because he's not white. Go ahead. So Uruguay got these 2 black players to play for them. Go on.
And Isabelino Graydon. Uruguay's first opponents, Chile, objected to the inclusion of what they called, quote, slaves and Africans at the tournament before the 2 teams.
The Uruguayan population said, we don't want them niggas playing for us. They're slaves, initially. Go ahead.
Met in Buenos Aires, despite the fact Chile had legally abolished slavery more than 100 years earlier. In that match, Isabelino Graydon scored twice.
You see the population of the team. Now you're trying to bring these 2 niggas to play. They went down there to play Chile in Argentina. They got about to tell you the players scored and won the damn championship for Uruguay. Go ahead.
As Uruguay thrashed Chile's all-white 11 4-0. Despite the win, Argentina's press mocked the 2 players, with the host nation nicknaming them monkeys. Uruguay won the tournament, with Isabelino Graydon winning the Golden Boot. That's it for today's...
Golden Boot means he scored the most goals. They won the tournament for them in Argentina. The Argentina press called them... The Argentina press called them monkeys in the press. So now fast forward to today. The little Argentinian boy in the red shirt, the Italian boy, calling the Brazilian one monkey. This is not something new. This is not something just out of a rage today. This is something that comes from the oppressor, from the conquistadors, who did a horrible genocide in Argentina that we never ever learned about. A genocide so much, the population on paper reduced from anywhere between 40 and 60% to less than 0.5% today in 200 years. Where them people going? Even if it's migration, even if disease, COVID hit, the white man ain't took a L. COVID hit China. It did decimate their population. This is why we say the white man is not just the devil. He's a disease. He's a virus. He's a cancer. Wherever he goes is mass destruction. He is the weapon of mass destruction, not the nuclear bomb. Because wherever he goes, brother, is so much destruction, you can't even fathom it. 40% to now, that's like having, $60. And in 2 hours, you have less than 50 cents. Where the fuck the money going? Oppression app. Let me get the next one on real quick too. I ain't gonna hold you all to too much longer, all right, Akim? Go ahead.
Did you know that Argentina's population is mostly descended from white European immigrants?
Tiene la creencia
go ahead.
de que es una Argentina blanca.
So, if many Argentinians consider themselves white, what happened to indigenous people?
Scroll it back. You all see the showing the musicians, the almost like a mariachi band, similar. And they're very light skinned. This is Argentina. They're standing on a stump with a black head at the bottom. That's the imagery. This is Argentina. Go ahead. So now this video here is a lot shorter. What I want to pull from is a lot shorter, but it explains the type of oppression our brothers and sisters is under there, those of who are our brothers there, and why Argentina is an abomination on the earth. Go ahead.
Consider themselves white. What happened to indigenous people? As recently as the 20th century, the Argentinian government led numerous military campaigns, brutalizing and killing thousands of indigenous people.
El criollo para mí tiene ese sentido de
right? They call them Criollo, right? The Criollo is the descendants of the Europeans who came to Argentina, just like how in Louisiana they call the descendants of the French Creole. In Spanish they call them Criollo. And this sister here, she about to give an account of what happened with her. Go ahead.
But the violence hasn't ended. Many indigenous people are still victims of brutal assaults, including gang rape.
Como ellos lo llaman, chineo tiene un carácter de un crimen racial. Estamos hablando de que te estoy...
Just take off the other caption. Let's hit the caption button down there. Yeah, that's right. So now today, this is not 1800s. this is going on today. They have something called chineo, right? Because they call the indigenous woman or the indigenous population China, or like how Issachar would say Chino. You know, it's another word for being an Issacharite or a Mexican. You get the point? Or Chicano, right? They call them Chino or Chine, and they have something called Chineo, which is a routine abuse of whoever is on the reservation. Go ahead.
Abusando porque sos indígena, porque sos una china y porque estás para eso.
Soy de la comunidad Wichí. Todas las comunidades me conocen como Lice. Tiene ese sentir de que cuando alguien me llama por ese nombre, que renacer. Yo cuando tenía mi...
Her name now is Lise, and it means rebirth. And she says she's moved every time somebody calls her Lise, like it's an emotional thing for her. And she's about to tell you why. Go ahead.
Mis 8 añitos.
Might need somebody to read it. Pause right there. Somebody, whoever could read, who had the mic, just read it. Read the words up.
When I was 8 years old, I was a child, and my parents went to work.
Go ahead.
En la cual mis papás decidieron ir a trabajar. Yo me quedé con mis hermanitos.
Stayed home with my siblings.
Y en eso llegaron 8 varones.
Older than my dad arrived.
Que eran mucho más mayores que mi papá. Me acuerdo que uno me agarró de la...
When you're reading, all right?
I remember that one of them grabbed me by the hair.
Del cabello. Me llevaron.
They took me and covered my mouth.
Me llevaron y me taparon la boca. Dije, si son...
I wondered why they were doing this if they were big and much older than my dad.
Grandes, mucho más grandes que mi papá, ¿por qué hacen esto?
Lisa is one of many indigenous women who survived sexual assault in northern Argentina.
Y siempre que...
Every time I remember this, I cry. I don't want to imagine the others.
Que lo recuerdo y lloro. No quiero imaginarme de las otras que le están haciendo.
What they did to them or what they could do to others in the future.
No lo que le puedan hacer el día de mañana. Nunca más los vi.
I never saw the rapists again.
Tampoco.
And now, if I were to have them in front of me, I am not sure I will be able to recognize them.
No, any white supremacist listening is going to say what? Her own people did it to her. No. Go ahead.
Podría decir si ahora lo tuviera que tener enfrente, no sé si lo reconocería.
Many activists believe these sexual assaults are hate crimes. Perpetrators reportedly call them chineo. Others say it's a racial slur.
El chineo es el abuso en
Chineo is a gang rape.
Grupo, en banda de criollos.
Perpetrators are
Criollos,
white ranchers, and loggers.
That's what's coming on the reservation. It's no different than what's going on in Utah, Colorado, North Dakota. Guess what's up? Go ahead.
Terratenientes extractivistas hacia las...
Not now.
246.
All right, go ahead.
Against indigenous women, particularly children entering puberty.
They always like to go for children. Not like if it's a grown woman is any better. But goddamn, nigga. Always going after who they could just take and not have to answer for. And they done killed all the men 200 years ago. And just gone and take over the woman and doing what the hell they want now. Go ahead.
Mujeres indígenas, específicamente a niñas que están recién entrando en su adolescencia.
Against indigenous women, particularly children entering puberty.
In 2015, 6 non-indigenous men were convicted of raping a 12-year-old Wichí girl in northern Argentina. But for most of these cases, no perpetrators are generally identified, let alone charged or convicted. Stella Maris Molina has been documenting sexual assaults against Wichí women, hoping to get the government to classify these sexual assaults as hate crimes.
Estamos haciendo este relevamiento para
We're doing a survey to understand if indigenous women
Investigar más, saber más acerca de si, sobre todo las mujeres indígenas conocen esta palabra.
comprehend the meaning of chineo.
Right? So they're down there checking to see if these sisters understand that this is not even sexual. This is just a racist war that's going on. This is not like they're attracted to you or anything. These is just monsters doing it to you because of who you are. That's how bad it is. You get the point? Skip me to 420. So they're saying that, you know, nobody doing nothing about it. You know, they're not even classifying it as, you could stop right there. Go skip back a little bit. Skip back some. Skip back some. Yeah, right there.
And the shaping of the Republic. One of the most violent periods was during the Campaign of the Desert, when the new Republic killed roughly 14,000 indigenous people to control Patagonia. Thousands more were displaced and enslaved. The last state-led massacre happened nearly 100 years ago, when the indigenous reserve of Napalpi rose against the inhumane working conditions in the cotton fields.
Right.
The plantation owners.
You mean to tell me the native people in Argentina is picking cotton for you FBA Negroes? For you foundational Black Americans who don't like to believe Latinos suffer the same thing? They was picking cotton and had a slave revolt. And the conquistadors just slaughtered them, just killed everybody. We the same. There's no difference that what's going on, maybe language, but we the exact same people suffering the same thing from the same enemy. Play it back a little bit again. They killed 14,000 people before.
Displaced
and then maybe 100 years ago, they slaughtered more who rose up from a cotton plantation because it was just too bad. They say, you know what, let's go fight. We ain't going through this slavery no more. Go ahead.
The last state-led massacre happened nearly 100 years ago, when the indigenous reserve of Napalpi rose against the inhumane working conditions in the cotton fields. The plantation owners and police responded by killing more than 400 people, including women and children. Indigenous people were decimated. Today, they make up only 2.4% of the population, while most of the country, 97%, claim to be of European descent or of mixed ethnicity.
Now you see what I was saying about how it is with DR. Like, they are around 3% the native population today. But the rest of the country is European or people who claim to be European because they don't want to be that thing that gets raped and killed and destroyed. Do your thing. All right, just for time's sake, skip me down to 10. Skip me down to the 10-minute mark. So this is her. She going through. She bringing clothes and for them. Then in this thing here, she goes to the police station with them because the older sister tells her when they go to report the rapes, the police ain't trying to take no report on it. They ain't trying to do nothing. They go to the police station. They see cameras. They take the report at the same time. The sister tell her, you know, thanks for doing it because they don't never ever take the reports. Right? Where you at now? 10 minutes? Give me a little more than 10. 10, 15, 20. Stop right there. Yeah, that's good.
Lo que tienen, ha hecho que no pudieran.
They have been made afraid, so they have been unable to tell their stories for the survey.
O no pudieran brindar estos relevamientos. Más o menos.
We will have results in concrete numbers concerning these incidents in about 6 months.
That's too. You know how much people could get violated in that time? Go ahead.
Meses tendremos un resultado ya concreto de números con respecto a esto. Y esto lo venimos.
And we are doing this work with one single purpose: to be able to modify public policies.
Well, of course, she's a woman. She's trying her best, but she doesn't understand that policies will never change anything. Policies don't work. What works is coming into the truth and praying for somebody who is stronger than your oppressor, who could cut the goddamn head off. That's what works, and that's what will work. All right, keep going.
Con un solo propósito, que es hacer una incidencia en políticas públicas.
Read that for me, Bakwash. Just, you know, take your time reading it too, because I couldn't believe it.
Currently, chineo or the systemic rape of indigenous women and children is not a recognized crime in Argentina.
Read it one more time.
Currently, chineo, or the systemic rape of indigenous women and children, is not a recognized crime in Argentina.
What's happening to us? Nobody cares. Nobody. Give me back the video with the brother. What's happening to us, brother? Nobody don't give a damn about. And we listen to some Uncle Tom sellout Negroes who would like to make us believe that we not the same, that Puerto Ricans and Benjamites are not the same, or the Negro in America and Mexicans are not the same, and we don't have nothing to do with each other, while the oppressor gets to run ragged through our community. Pull it back a little bit more. Pull it back a little bit more. This is what I say. Instead of changing policies and shit, you go over there to make money. This little brother here, somebody look up his salary real quick. Just look up his salary. Vinicius Jr. or Vicinius or Vinicius, I think, like Vincent. Somebody just look up his salary real quick. In the meantime, let me get Exodus 21 and 16.
20 million euro.
20 million euro a year. I believe a week is something like 350,000 euros a week. That's how much he's making. Stupid money. Play the video up. You could just dim the volume. Right? So instead of getting shocked at some little rat bastard calling you a monkey, this is what I would say, Vinny. Make sure you win every game you play. Just like Sha'Carri Richardson shouldn't have begged that damn police officer for no speeding ticket. She a damn track star. What the fuck, you want to drive slow? If you want to drive slow, tell Benz and Porsche make slow cars. As long as that shit can reach 200 miles per hour, a Negro is going to reach up there doing. He in Carnival. You think he trying to disrespect somebody? The next time that happens, you making 300,000 pounds a week. It's nasty money, man. I don't even know what the fuck I do with that shit. I'm just trying to tell you. He says monkey. Make sure he has no jaw to say sorry after. Now you become the problem. Now I know YouTube might want to flag and say you're inciting this. I don't give a fuck. In Argentina, they raping people and it's not considered a crime. He calls you monkey. You have court money. You got court clothes. You could pay the fine. You could pay to fix his goddamn mouth. Send him to the dentist. Maybe the governing bodies now will do something and punish these racists for abusing these players. These men go home and cry. There's videos of him crying, walking off the field a couple years ago because he was younger, walking into the tunnel, crying. I mean, his eyes is blood red. You run into tell. That's they belittling you where you have to go to a white man for swing his jaw and pay the fine after. Send some ties to Command and Journey Yahanna. Because if you were Jewish and that white boy said something about an oven or ashes or Holocaust, Pepsi, Colgate, the drinking water, Apple, iPhone, everybody would gather together and ruin that devil's life. But because you're the son of slaves, don't nobody care. Do you know the media is saying he brings it on himself because he antagonizes the crowd so much? What the fuck that had to do with anything? So them women in Argentina is bringing it on themselves? The brothers who they abuse and kill and send to get murdered, they bringing it on themselves? Nah, man. Time for us to stand up a little stronger. Go ahead, because somebody give me Exodus 21 and 16 real quick. Go ahead.
I was thinking some like this similar happened to this. Randy Moss.
Oh yeah.
When he was at, it was a playoff game, and
you can pull it back a little bit. Don't let it play out, all right? Go ahead.
It was a playoff game. Well, they played the Packers. He was on the Vikings. They played the Packers. They played whenever they lose or whatever. The fans wait outside for the bus to go by, and they moon right?
I think I saw that. I think I remember seeing that in the news. Go ahead.
And the next time they played him, he was hurt, so he couldn't play. They played him in the playoffs. He got a touchdown, and then he like imitated mooning
them,
and then he got crucified for doing that.
Yeah, listen, I get a BB gun and light the ass up. If I got that type of money, brother, I'm not. If I have to be disturbed when I go home, I might as well just pay a lawyer. I might as well just send some lawyer's child to school, because if they won't stop the abuse to me, maybe they'll do something to stop my reaction to them, which might help, which might do something. But you running and telling, and they initiate the racism protocol, saying no to racism. How about just send him to the dentist? How about he sitting down listening to Kanye West talking about through the wire? I can't even go through the airport because I got metal in my jaw. You're making 300,000, 400,000 pounds a week, and you're running to some white man because some man call you a monkey. Win every game. Like that the tall basketball player, Angel Reese. She's letting us down. She's supposed to be dominating basketball and talking shit. Sha'Cari's supposed to just give me the damn ticket, officer. Is that it? All right, goodbye. You want to take the car? Fine. Call up Uber. Call the biggest black truck you could find and flex on them and go and win. That's what you got to do. You got to win and you got to talk shit, because these heathens is murdering your people, raping your people, and it's not a crime. I'm swinging your jaw. Give me Exodus 21 and 16. Come on. Now, on your slavery, I ain't telling nobody go and knock nobody out. Some shit like this happen, you call me, I'll tell you which lawyer to go to. This is for him. He on a big stage, he could afford to get fined and all of that shit. Go ahead.
Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
That's what the Lord said the judgment is for every slave trader. He's going to die. That little number 25, that little rat bastard. So you could put his face up, and he looked like a disgusting fool. Like you can find his name, his thing on Google. Off of this one. Let's go to Google and find his picture and put it up on the screen. He just looks like a disgusting piece of shit. You don't have to suffer this type of abuse and beg them to treat you sanely. Go see what they did to a whole country, man. A whole country, a whole region of people. You just destroy and murder and rape and kill and slaughter and ran them out of the country. And now you go around calling other players, other black players, from other countries, monkey, because you want to abuse everybody. That one there with the right up in the second one here. Give me that one. That's him. This is not a brother. I'm just letting you all know. He is of Italian descent. And this is another thing. The heathens, they like to look like Latinos. They like to cut their hair like Latinos, like to get a little bit of the tattoos, listen to a little bit of rap music. The heathens are the tribe of Naphtali. They oppress the tribe of Naphtali. And the Bible says their forefathers, them, when Christ returned, they're going to be put to death because they done stole people. They done committed the transatlantic slave trade and many more atrocities. And 100%, brother, today, go to open their mouth to speak ill of our people. Let the Lord bathe their streets with blood. Let the Lord bring a plague that destroys their children right before their eyes. Let blood flow from their eyes and their nose. Let them suffer 10 times what they make us suffer, because they're evil race of people that cannot be stopped. Like, imagine they doing all them raping down there to the Native Indian girls and them First Nation people. The Epstein thing going on. When will these people stop? When will they even have a conscience? And now in a damn game, a sport, because one outperforms the other. After all that oppression, you would think he could break us. He's outperforming them, making way more money than them. And you want to call him monkey? Oh, man. Just me and Vinny switch for 2 days. Just switch like the movie where they switch. Freaky Fridays and Benny's or some shit like that. I'm little trying to be watching. Swing his goddamn jaw and write the check the next day. Swing the jaw and write the check the next day. I bet you they think twice about calling you a monkey again. I bet you they do something different. Because if it was a Jewish man, brother, you wouldn't have to do anything. You can't say nothing about Jewish people because there's repercussions. But our people, that doesn't happen. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're the same people, man. And that's for sure Black history. Let me get that last precept one more time, 21 and 16.
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Right? If he be found in your hand, you shall surely be put to death. And these heathens still have us in captivity. When Christ come back, they're going in the ground or they're going on that plantation. With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shapat there.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Yahanna. We need for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they off them for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shade themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. It's another 6 months in which your brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, after the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You'll find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, get to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory, whichever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Monday the 2nd of March, and Tuesday the 3rd of March, 2026. You'll find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Also, we got the Lord's 57th annual Passover, Saturday, April the 4th in Houston, Texas. Whole week of worth of events from April the 1st to April the 5th on the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Make sure you pay your Passover fee. That's $200 for everybody 17 years of age and older. Make sure you get your hotels booked. You know what I'm saying? Make your travel arrangements. Passover is right around the corner. Is there anything else you want to add? Come on. Oh yeah, definitely. The water to the sisters for the torch food today. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? Sisters been coming through. Most High Christ. That's right. You know what I'm saying? You give it up for the sisters. Most High Christ. Remind Akimit Akwathin to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a trooper, if brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, or scarf. And with that, I say Imitium, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat. Yad Yamatah, Saw, which means to turn. This is you may stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat. What? Yad Yamatah, class dismissed.